Welcome to your CAS class. This is kind of a generic little video that shows you how to get into the first orientation material that you will need for your class. We're going to use a program that a lot of classes on campus use called Canvas. I'll show you how to get into that and also how our class looks. Now, because this is generic, depending on your class that you have with me, it looks a little different. There might be a few different sections that one class has but another one doesn't. But generically, this will be how you get your orientation done. And then once we're done with the orientation and the orientation quiz, we're done with Canvas. Your actual class happens somewhere else. So what we need to do is Canvas really likes to use Google Chrome. If you don't have Google Chrome, that's okay. You can use Internet Explorer. But I think that your computers, if you would have to install Google Chrome if you don't have it already. But we're going to go to CPTC, so www.cptc.edu. And if we look over on the side, I hope it's still over here, there's Angel, there's Canvas. Now, we have two different ways of accessing online class, a lot of the online classes, not all of them, but Angel or Canvas. Ours happens to be set up in Canvas, and in the next few quarters, if you start something with that needs the Canvas, everything will be going to Canvas. So here, you put in your user ID, that's your student ID, and you put in your password, and your password is, if you're new to Canvas, oh look, it didn't like it. If you're new to Canvas, your password is 6 characters long, and it's 6 characters from your last name. So if your last name happens to be Westerberg, then it's Wester, that's 6 characters. But if your last name happens to be Bell, that only has 4 characters in it, Bell. Then you start over with your last name again. So it's Bellbe. So I'm sending out a little email message, so hopefully that makes sense. Now, when you first get into Canvas, you'll get little generic emails from Canvas. To get to your course, if you have courses, they'll have a little course tab up here that will show the different courses you're enrolled in. Don't have a heart attack that I have so many here. This is just because I got a lot of classes. You probably won't have this many. You go down, you find the class that you want to use, and you click on it. Now remember that I said this is kind of generic, so let me get into here to show you what the student view looks like, so disregard this part. And this is pretty much what it looks like. Now these different sections here and the class title are going to change depending on which CAF class you have with me. But they all say getting started. There's also a first assignment. There is an orientation quiz. This one happens to also be My IT Lab, but it could be for keyboarding or it could be for publisher. Here's the required orientation. What's next? So next steps, how to get started with the class. So all you do is you go ahead and you're just going to work through all of these. And when you click the Getting Started, the first page tells you about your specific class. This one happens to be for Word. And you read what's on there. And by the way, if you're going to contact me, don't go through Canvas, don't go through My IT Lab, don't use your personal email account or your student email account and email me at rosalie.westerberg@cptc.edu. If you email me through Canvas or another program that we have that's called My IT Lab or the keyboarding program, I'm not going to get it. So make sure you use your personal email. If you need to email me and you need help, make sure you put help in there. Now this is a really special note here because these are online classes and we can have them all online. However, because of the different software that we use, I do come and do orientations the first week of school. And there is an orientation schedule in this layout here that you'll eventually see. So I'll only be on campus the first week of school. So if you want personal help getting started, or if you want a personal orientation somewhere where you can actually see me, first week is it. So make sure you get started right away. And generally they'll be in building 19, room 122. But if you go and you do the orientation that's in here, you'll get pretty much everything that that I'll tell you during orientation. So see the little next button down at the bottom? You just click on next and it brings up the next page. So I don't even have to go back to that first list. So your first assignment talks about the orientation quiz. There's an orientation document that you need to open, and what you'll probably want to do is right click on that document, and I'm just going to have it open the link in the new window. And then it's going to go out, and because I'm on Google Chrome, down at the bottom it's going to ask me if I want to keep it or discard it. So I'm just going to keep it. And then see the little button? I'm going to click on it and it's going to open up that document for me. Now, I can switch back and forth between windows by going to the bottom here. So it's going to have me open up a few different windows so that I can get my orientation quiz done. Now, this one is for Word, Excel, PowerPoint Access. If you have Publisher or keyboarding, you'll have different documents in here. But again, so here's another one. If I just right click on it, I'll just open the link. It's going to ask if I want to keep it again because of the type of file it is. And now down at the bottom, I can switch between my different documents and come back to my Angel class site. So it tells me to open up the documents and then just go on to next. This is my actual quiz here. It reminds you to open those documents again, whatever documents you need, and then you're going to click Take the Quiz. Now to take the quiz, this quiz has multiple choice, true, false. All of the answers will come from these different documents. See why I tell you to open them up first? And then you can always just switch back to the window that you want. So you're just going to keep working through these, going to next, and see here it says complete your required orientation right here. So you can, it says click the Tegrity videos over on the side, and to save this zipped file. So to save it, if you just, I think if we just click on it, it's going to ask me if I want to keep it again. And it's downloading it now, and there it is. And what I want to do is I want to just go ahead and save that, and that went to my download section. If I wanted to save it someplace specific, I would point to it, right click, hopefully I can just right click on it and see it says save the link as, and then I can go tell it where I want to save it. Otherwise it'll just save it in my downloaded section. Okay, so it says to click the Tegrity videos. Now depending on your class, you're going to have different videos. So here it says click for the videos, click here for your session. It's going to ask me to log in because I'm not a student and it doesn't like, it makes me log in. I think that yours will just take you directly to the videos. Now, I'll go into the keyboarding one to just show you the videos there. And this one happens to number the different videos. There's a little welcome message. Here's the long version, but I also break it up into little steps here, and I've tried to number those. If you're in Publisher, it's not going to take you into this big long list. That's only because I have the big long list. If you're in Publisher, you're just going to see these two classes here, these two videos. And you just click on them and go watch them. So I'm just going to close out of this. And at any time, see how we've gotten out of our next buttons? I can just go back and I can click Home. And we were in the What's Next section. So I can get back to my, there's the next steps, what we do next. And you just keep clicking next. Read all the pages because it'll have information. There isn't a whole lot of information, but I do have some optional in-person orientation schedules. And Notice that most of them are in the morning because the room I have is all tied up in the afternoon and evening, and I have some online orientations. The online orientations, we actually meet online. So down here, there's a how to log into Elluminate, and that tells you how to get started. And then when you actually want to start, come back here and click this link, and it'll take you out to the site. You type in your name, and you get to listen to me rattle on. So that's our orientation schedule. If you need help during the quarter, please email me using your own account. Put help and your class name in the subject line and be very detailed so that I can help you. Don't tell me that it's just not working, because that doesn't tell me anything. You know, tell me what you were doing, where were you at, what happened, is there any error messages? If there's a problem with a question or task, what chapter was it in, what number? Actually helps if you type the question. Again, we can use this online meeting area too if you want to show me something. Remember, I'm not going to be here after the first week of classes. So it comes back to the final sections in our class are just whatever is pertinent to that specific class. Again, the way that we got in here is we went to cptc.edu, and so www.cptc.edu, clicked the Canvas link over on the side, Canvas, not Angel, Canvas, put in our user ID and password, if your course is available, you go to courses and you click on the course that is yours that you want to look at, and then just click the getting started, work through. If you can't work through all of them at one time, then just remember where you left off and go back to it. There is a required orientation quiz. It's 4% of your grade. It's due by April 10th. And you can actually do your required orientation right here online. Little videos, the integrity videos, are going to show you what you need to do to get your class up and going. Okay, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have questions, email me. I don't have an office on campus, so you can't call me because I don't have a phone. Email me and be very detailed in the email. Okay, have a good quarter.